geez, where do you begin? Um, Lots of failed relationships is where I began, and failed relationships end in pain. Lots of emotional pain, lots of loneliness, lots of hurt, lots of what am I doing wrong? I don't know what I'm doing. Like most of us, haven't been, I wasn't taught how to do relationship. Most of us haven't been taught how to do relationship. We've got, our ancestors, our parents, our grandparents, and further back, they didn't have time to worry about relationships. They were just worrying about survival. If you're all you're worried about is putting food on the table, a roof over your head to survive for the family, for the kids, you don't have time to, worry about the finer points of relating, which is what we're doing today. And it's because of our ancestors that we actually have the gift of time, and the gift of time to put energy into doing things better around our relationships. So
I think you're right.
yeah, it
Yes.
was just a lot of failures basically, and watching my parents doing it really wrong for many many years, and I learned all my bad habits from them, and they learned from their parents. And
Isn't that always the way?
look, uh, having a child was a big motivation for me as well. It's, the metaphor that I've used for many years is like there's been two backpacks of emotional garbage passed down both my generational line, one from the patriarchal side and one from the matriarchal side. And then when I was born, it was like I was given a backpack of emotional garbage which contained both sides, like all of us. And that backpack of emotional garbage that we're given from our parents, that contains all sorts of horrors, that are only one generation or six generations back. There's famine, there's war, there's rape, there's pillage, there's starvation, there's death, there's child death, there's all sorts of horrors being that are only maybe our parents experienced them, maybe we've experienced them, And so
Yeah.
when I had a child, I made a commitment to myself that, or even before I actually had a child, it was my task in life was to empty my backpack of emotional garbage as much as I could so that I could pass on the smallest one to my children. And what I did pass on, because we're going to pass our stuff on, is make sure it's as little as possible. And then what I have passed on, I take back as much of it what I can by taking ownership and apologizing for my own failures and my own bullshit, as a parent. So that's been my driving force for my oldest son's now 25, and so for 30 odd years, it's been my sort of driving
Wow.
force.